welcome back. It's Jen with Happy Humble Home, and today we're going to be doing another product review. Now, I'm not sponsored in any shape, form, or fashion for this video. This is just a product that I've had for a while, and before I did an actual product review on it, I wanted to be able to test it for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you this product review on this Irobot E5 series. So before we jump into the actual review, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell, and let's jump. So first off, at the time of this video, you can still currently get the Irobot Roomba vacuum, the E5 series, at Walmart, Amazon, Target. Most of your big suppliers like that, you're going to be able to find it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It is a robot vacuum cleaner. So let's zoom in here on the actual Roomba. Okay, so first things first, let's just go a little bit over the actual vacuum cleaner itself. You have the home button, the main power and clean button, and then the little Wi-Fi sync button. It does have this handle right here. It's how you lift and handle the Roomba. This whole front portion right here is a sensor. So once the Roomba gets near baseboards or something like that, it will slow down a little bit so it's not ramming all your baseboards, dining room chairs, anything like that. Then, let's flip it back around this way. We have our dust cup here. It has this little button that you push. Just push it and it pops right out. It's very easy, and I actually didn't, let me see where mine has been used, because like I said, I've used this for about 5 or 6 months. So I wanted to be able to give y'all a good review on this. So you just push this. I didn't realize for a while that you could actually push that and it would dump this to make the cup easier to dump. It also has this little filter right here that you can replace and knock off as well. The dust cup portion, you can see here where you can actually rinse it out with water. The little filter is not to get wet, but you just pop these back in. One thing that I do to help these last longer is that once a week, whenever I vacuum off my couches with our old vacuum, then I will simply help vacuum out these little filters, or I will use an air compressor and blow them out as well. And it's just a way to kind of help prolong the life of your filters, but it just slides right back in. That's pretty much it on the top. So if we flip it over, we can see here that the wheels do compress, so that way they can go over to different floors. They can run over any wires. Basically, they do really good. We only have one little wheel that spins to help get out any kind of dirt next to a baseboard. This front wheel right here does pivot. It's one of your pivot points. These two little metal conductors, I guess, are for the charging port, which I will show you that in a little bit. And the thing that I really like about this is it's super easy to clean. I've already showed you how easy it is to empty the dust cup. Then this, you just push this little green lever in and pull it up, and it will lift up these rollers. These rollers are rubber, or like a silicone rubber type. And as you can see here, again, I have used this for about 6 months probably, so it has been definitely tested because I use it just about every day. But you can see here how it has started to cut. And the reason for that is, in my household, I'm the only one with long hair. I live in a house full of boys and they all have short hair. So you can see here that my hair, or any hair really, but mainly mine because it's longer, has wrapped around this, and over time it's made little cuts. Now, it hasn't hindered the product at all. It hasn't made it to where it doesn't clean up. Also, one thing I do like is, you can see in here, there's nothing in here now, but hair will also get trapped in here, which again, it has not caused the vacuum cleaner not to function at all. It just makes it an easy clean out spot. So you just simply pull it out and it pulls all out in a nice one little loop basically. So it makes for very easy clean out, which is something that I love, because I hate having to take our big vacuum cleaner out, because I always take it out in the garage or outside, and I plug up the air compressor and I blow out the garage, blow out all the extra filters and all in our big vacuum cleaner. Now, this one, it's the same thing. You can see here where it's cut, where hair has wrapped around this a little more. but same with this end. But it's funny because this end really doesn't get much hair on it. It's just the little green one that typically gets the hair, and this, I guess, sweeps up bigger items. And then it just simply pops back into place. There is a little dial in here. You can see right there where it shows the little arrow, and it shows which color roller to install, because there you go. And like I said, you can see that mine has been used, and it does get up small dirt like that. And that is pretty much the basic functions of the actual vacuum cleaner itself. Like I said, sometimes these can be a little tricky because you have to turn them a certain way. But, come on now. Okay, we're gonna put in this one first. It doesn't matter which one you put in first, just sometimes there's always one that kind of there we go. A little tricky with it, then you just push this back down and you are good to go. You are ready to start cleaning. It is very simple setup, very easy. Okay, and as y'all can see, I'm in my Christmas leggings because I don't do ugly Christmas sweaters. I do the cute Christmas leggings, and it is the week of Christmas, y'all, so full on Christmas, as you can tell. But anyways, let's get back down to the review. So I'm trying to fit everything in the screen here and not still too far away from my recorder. So in the box, you will receive the charger port and the Roomba itself, and then like a little instruction book. It's very easy. There's nothing to really set up on it. You just simply plug in the charger, set the Roomba on it, because I've already mentioned the little metal pieces right here are the little metal conductors for the actual charger right here. You can see right there. Now, the only time, and again, about 6 months, that I've had an issue with the charger or the connection point has been there was a little something like a little bit of dirt buildup or something that had gotten on one of these conductors, for lack of better words. I don't know if that's what the technical term is, but that's what I'm going to call it. And I just simply took like a little damp rag or my finger and just wiped it off, and it charged no problem. It doesn't take very long to charge. It will, as you can see, it does have a, oh, you can't really see that, so we're gonna scoot closer. So, as you can see though, when you hit clean, it gives your battery power here, and it does have the Wi-Fi. Now, you can set this up on a Wi-Fi if you wanted to. I know mine's showing that it is set up to it, but I don't think I've technically turned it off, but I don't ever use the app. There is an Irobot Home App where you can control any kind of your Roomba vacuum cleaners, mops, whatever. And I used it I played around with it just that way I could, just for the sheer sake of sharing it with y'all. But personally, I don't use it. You can set it up to where it's on a schedule. So like if you want your vacuum to automatically start running at 12 o'clock, you can set it to where it will start running by itself automatically. You can also set it to any time that if you're away from home and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to start the vacuum, or you know that people have been taking care of animals or something like that, you can always start the Roomba through your remote as well. Or sorry, not through your remote, through your app on your phone through Wi-Fi as well. Again, I just don't do that. Typically what I do is we just start it. We just walk over to the little charger, hit the clean button twice because the first one turns it on, and then the second one will make it start going. We'll start running. And we typically just start it before we go to bed. I used to start it kind of when we were like relaxing and watching TV, but in our house we have 3 different types of surfaces. We have a hardwood, or like a laminate hardwood. We have carpet that's not, I mean, you can see it's not a very shaggy carpet, but we do have this kind of carpet. We have tile over there, and then in the office area we do have the laminate hardwood. It cleans all 3 surfaces. I have not had any problem with it not cleaning one surface better than the other. It's done really well. Most of the time I don't like using vacuum cleaners on tile, because at least our bigger vacuum, when the brush would spin, it would just kind of spit it out further. It wouldn't really suck it up. I haven't seen that with this. It actually does a really good job of cleaning up little stuff that the broom will leave behind. So I really like that. We do have 2 inside animals. We have a dog, and she really doesn't shed that much. She's yeah, I mean, like whenever I pet Glover and stuff, I hardly get anything off if I do. And then we have a cat, which, I mean, you know, they shed a little more, unfortunately, but it does really well at getting up just stuff that gets tracked in through shoes, because again, we are a family of 5, and my boys and my husband and myself, we all like run through here with shoes on. It happens. So it does a really good job at it. It's nice that I can just start it before we go to bed and just let it roam. It doesn't get caught on under our furniture, which I'll show you that in a minute, because that's one of the biggest complaints that I've heard has been someone's got the Roomba and it gets stuck under a table or it gets stuck under their couches. I don't know like what height limit there is for that, because when my friend, she said it would like start to go under it, so I guess their couch, the front part it could get under, but then as it got further in, it would get stuck. It's never really done that. Anytime it's gotten in a tight corner, like under an end table that's between a desk, it's managed to rotate its way and find its way out just fine. I've been very pleased with it. Like I said, we've had it about 6 months. Never any issues. The only real issue has been figuring out what it may and may not get. I really did not expect it to pick up Nerf darts, but it has picked up many Nerf darts. It has picked up colored pencils and pens that have gotten left in the floor, or that I thought was out of the floor, but somehow it managed to find some. I really did not expect it to pick up anything like that. If something, by some chance, it gets a hold of like a shoestring or a shoelace, something like that, and it gets wrapped around here, it will stop. It will stop, and it's very easy just to unwrap it. I've never had it where it's took me probably more than 10 seconds to get it unraveled. It doesn't tangle it up that much. Or if something's rolled in here, you just simply like pull it out. It rolls out between the rollers, no problem. There's no teeth holding it, nothing like that. The only would be if it gets tangled around these multiple times. But again, so even if it does get tangled on something, it comes off very, very easily, which I'm very thankful for and very happy with. Overall, I think it's a very good product. Like I said, I am not sponsored or anything by any shape, form, or fashion. Another thing is that most vacuum cleaners, or at least our stand-up vacuum cleaner, is louder. Like if you're trying to watch TV, you can have the Roomba running at night while you're watching TV. And that used to be what I did. Kind of once the kids were in bed and we was just relaxing and watching TV, I would go ahead and start it. But it does, you can definitely tell when it's on the carpet versus the tile from the noise factor, that it's much louder when it's on the tile. So if you can hear it, the TV just fine when it's on carpet, but then when it goes to the tile, then you tend to turn up the TV, and it's just kind of easier to let it go when there's going to be no traffic, no reason. It's not loud enough to keep you up while you sleep, nothing like that. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of any other complaints that I've heard from people. Again, with this little sensor here, I'll actually show y'all a clip of it actually running around the house and how it transitions. Oh, also, there is devices that you can get that's almost like a little barrier. So for instance, if you have a certain hallway that you don't want the Roomba to go into, then you can buy a device or something like that. I will try to find the technical name and put it in the description box. But basically, you can set it up at this door, and it has like a little invisible shield, for lack of better words, that it just blocks the Roomba from going in that room or in that area of your house if you don't want it to. Now, as you can kind of see here on our house, we have a very wide opening between the living room and the dining room kitchen area. So I'm not sure if one of those door threshold blockers, we're gonna call it that. Okay, just go with me, you know what I'm talking about. one of the threshold blockers would be able to block that large of a space. I'm not really sure because I haven't personally used it. I do not use the app just because I prefer not to have devices like this on an app. I would just rather go over and start it when I'm ready for it to run. Also, 9 times, I'd say about 95% of the time, this little dude makes it back to his home when he is done cleaning. Very rarely does it die somewhere in the house. There might be times at night when it might get caught on something, so then it'll throw up the warning, like, you know, it will say something like brush obstruction, please fix, or something like that. But most of the time it makes it back to its home. Anytime it's cleaning and you want it to go home, you can push this little home button and it will start searching for its home. If you just let it run, once the battery reaches a certain level, you'll see this little light start blinking, and that's when you know it's kind of starting to finish and it's starting to look for its home station so it can charge itself and it will be ready for the next day. Overall, I really like it. I never thought about I was given this as a gift back for my birthday, and one of my friends had actually just gotten a robot vacuum cleaner. I don't think it was a Roomba. I think hers was a different brand, but either way, she was talking about how amazing they were, and then my aunt actually has this exact same one, so that's why I was given this one based on her recommendation. And y'all, I'm really amazed at how much it picks up. And like I said, I run it every single day, even days when we're not here most of the time and we're out doing errands or whatever. I'll still run it that night and it still has stuff to pick up because, again, we are a household of 5. So you have your basic high traffic areas, but I wanted to get this review out there before Christmas. I know it's like a couple days before Christmas, but at this time, you can still find these in the store. Again, the reason I held off on doing this review was because I wanted to be able to actually give you an honest review on it. I didn't want to use it for 2 or 3 weeks and then be like, oh yeah, it was great. No, I use it pretty much every single day for the past 6 months. That one little issue with the charger was the only issue that I've had. I have figured out what it will and won't pick up as far as like if there's any pins in the floor. I make sure to look under desk extra carefully. Any kind of Nerf darts. Again, I'll show y'all real quick how tall our couch sets from the floor, because that is one of my friends, like I said, her family had one, and then it would like go under the front of the couch, but it didn't go all the way through, so then it would be too stuck to uncover. So bring y'all down here on my level so you can see here how, like, there's a pretty good gap there, but I'm actually going to give you an actual, maybe if I can set my phone up. All right, we're going to do an actual measurement so that way you know that. All right, so this sets at roughly, ignored, yes, I know there's a toy under there, so I clearly see there's a toy under my couch now, y'all. Okay, and I saw it. Go figure. All right, well, anyways, you can roughly see there that it's roughly 2 3/4 inches off the ground, and it will not go under the furniture. It bumps the little top sensor will bump the couch, and it just moves on its little way. So enough of me talking. Let's get into you actually seeing the Roomba run and change surfaces and kind of how it works in the space. so that is the review there. I left the sound on purpose for the vacuum so that way you could hear the difference between the hardwood, the carpet, and the tile floor, the way the Roomba sounds. And that's pretty much it. So if y'all have a Roomba or any of their products, anything like that, I would love to hear your reviews on them. Leave it in the comments below. I will leave a description link for some of the places where you can buy these and anything else, all in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And y'all have a very Merry Christmas, and I will check back in with y'all later.